All right, we're live. So again, good evening. All of you are welcome to our live session this evening. Today is Thursday, the 17th of July, 2025, and yes, I'm here to bring you updates. For some of us who are new here, this is an aspect of the education we provide. It is not just an aspect, but a very important, or I would say, a core part of the education we provide. What it means is if you don't tune into the live sessions, if you are not regular with the live sessions, then your education is not complete. All right. So I want you all to, those who are new here, to see this as a part of the education. It's not something you want to neglect. So looking at the analysis we provide, and also we're going through the course, asking questions. These things are fine. They're all good. But missing out on the live sessions regularly is going to greatly deter your progress. So please, once again, we'll see it as an important part of the education we provide. So how this will go is usually I would share my screen and go through the market I have, the market trades I have running, and what I expect in the coming days and weeks. And after which you guys can ask your questions. If you have any questions concerning these pairs, or if you have any questions in general, you're very free to do so. And from time to time, we allow members of the community to share their screen and also explain to us what they have going. So what it means is that as a new person, you have the opportunity to share your screen. If you want to share your charts, share your trading systems, how to trade, all of those things are very much possible. So this helps you understand that the live sessions are very much interactive. It is not just a one-person thing. I get to communicate with all of you, and you get to communicate with me. So this is especially for those who are new, who don't really understand how these live sessions work. So this is me trying to explain to you so that you have an understanding, a better understanding of what we do here. So I will proceed to share my screen now. And I think we'll take it from there. Let me see. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, sure, we can see it.
Okay, all right, that's good. So yes, I bought pound AUD, and but I'll speak about that in a bit. Let me just quickly go up to. The very first pair on the watch list. So, but yes, I bought pound AUD, and right now I have 17 open positions in my portfolio. 17, and yes, that is quite a number. I'm also up about 22 hours. I think it's somewhere around there, but I have to do the proper calculations. The reason why I say that is because most of these positions are scattered out throughout different portfolios, so I have to do the proper calculation. But yes, we are well over 20 hours in profit with the open trades. But yes, let's go over the position. I would run through my running trades as well as just the regular assets I have on my watchlist. So this is AUJPY, and following through my last update, all the updates have been given. Price is just going exactly how we discussed, exactly as planned. And when price was down here at this key level, I explained months ago. I think we can refer to the live sessions around, let's see, the live sessions around the last week of March and the first week of April. So let's just say the last 2 weeks of March and the first 2 weeks of April. We can go back to those videos that are posted on YouTube, and you can watch them for reference purposes. This will help you see what my thought process was live at that time, and to help you understand that we've been calling the longs on JPYs for so long. We explained that this is a very important key level, and that price was going to find it difficult to break to the downside, but instead we might have a bullish reversal. And so far, this is what is happening. What do I expect? I think that price is going to continue, and I am looking for opportunities to buy. I can't buy now, but I will buy if price will break above the black line, which I regard as a key level. So the lines in blue are not key levels. These are just lines or levels I'm using to test price action on different systems. But the lines in black are the actual key levels. Okay, just a heads up. So if price will break above this key level, then I will become interested in looking for buys. But so far, I expect more upside continuations. CAT JPY has also broken above the key level, which is very good. I want this breakout to stay like this until the end of the month, after which I will look for a retest in August. Okay, but so far we have a clean breakout, which is good. CHF JPY, yes, like I explained today, CHF JPY is on steroids, obviously, right? Just blazing through the upside and just moving, which is good. My take profit is around 189, so just a little more, right? I'm hoping that price would try and find a higher high here instead of here, and I'm choosing this level to be let's see, where is that? Okay, so I don't have my buttons. Okay, let me see. Okay. So from a weekly time frame perspective, I am expecting the highs to be somewhere between the 50% and 61% extension level. So somewhere around these highs. So hopefully we have the higher high here and not here where price is trying to store. We'll see. Right? We'll see if that happens. But either ways, I am up on CHFJPY, and hopefully we can close out in a few weeks. Okay. Euro JPY. Yes, we have a bullish breakout on Euro JPY. Let me see how we see right. So yes, a bullish breakout on Euro JPY. I am expecting a retest. I think price is far away from the key level, so a retest to this key level is very unlikely. Maybe price might pull back and then continue, but price come back all the way to the key level and test that support is very unlikely. But either ways, that is what I would wait for me to take a buy on EJ. So it means that I might just have to watch this continue to the upside if I don't find my entry opportunity. But yes, more upside. In fact, on all the JPYs, we're looking at further upside continuations. Pound JPY, I'm also long, so bought sometime in April, and we're doing well so far. We're trying to break past this weekly, monthly level of resistance, and so far, price is seemingly successful. So we'll see if this continues. If it happens, fine. And I expect to close right at the next key level. NJ, I think just like AJ, right? Yes, just like AJ, more upside continuations on NZGPY. USGPY. So same thing, more upside continuations, right? I expect the G price to continue to be upside in the coming days and weeks and maybe even months, unless there's a change in the overall idea. And this is what we can expect on the GPY. Moving on, we have AD card. So for AD card, what has happened in the last few weeks? So price pulled back to the resistance level, but is obviously once again acting as resistance. What it means is if you decide to sell here at the key level, but not key level, but at this resistance level, not much has happened, right? You will not have been stopped out, except your stop was very close to the key level. I'm not advocating for sales, although I expect price to continue to downside long term. What I'm saying is, if you are looking at this level to be a lower high, and you want to sell in line with the overall trend, then so far your idea or this idea is not invalid, so it's not wrong. But yeah, this is what I'm expecting: more downside contributions. Okay. Eurocard, I'm long. Yes, I'm long on Eurocard, and there's not much to say. Right? There's not much. Maybe you pull back, maybe you continue. I don't know, but I'm long here. Okay. Pound card, I'm also long on GB card. Now it pulled back, which is very interesting. Let me see. It pulled back. The last 3 weeks have been bearish for pound card. We got some new highs, but somehow we're trying to trick it down to the downside. I'm not closing my trades just yet. In fact, will continue to hold. overall, I expect that this uptrend will continue, and as long as price tries to find support and forms higher lows, then I think we should be fine. Okay, I think we should be fine. So we'll see. It's a patience game. I mean, trading. It is, especially if you are taking trades on the higher time frames, and if you are looking to build portfolios that can handle huge sums of money, then of course patience has to be part of the arsenal. So yes, we'll see how pound can eventually plays out. And I think about it sometimes that for trades that would present such huge rewards, it will not always just go straight to take profit. It will take some time. And as we know, the market moves in cycles, push phase, exhaustion, consolidation, maybe a pullback, maybe another push phase. It's not a straight line from one key level to the next. So when I bought, I expected, just like in old times, I expected that price would not go straight to the next key level. Of course. So yes, patience is required. End of the card. Not bad, not bad. We rejected the resistance level and now we're falling off the level. I'm still holding my sales, so there's not much to say here, to be honest. USD card. I don't have anything on USD card, quite frankly. Euro AUD. I don't have anything on the guy. But let's come up. Nothing here. Euro NZD. Yes, so Euro NZD, I was hoping that I'll get a retest. So it's still far from the key level, just like EJ that we discussed. But either ways, if we pull back, I would love to buy. Okay, let me see. If we pull back, I would love to buy. All right. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this plays out. Pound AUD. Yes, so I bought pound AUD today, and some of us might wonder why. Why did I get long? Or why did I go long pound AUD? Considering that I think just a few days ago, I think that was yesterday or on Tuesday, I posted that price was close to testing the key level. So what happened? What was the adjustment? I had a review of the level, and I noticed that, like I said, key levels are not literal price points. We don't use just one line. Although I have a line, but we don't use just one line to draw a key level. It's really like an area, a zone. Okay, so here's what happened. The line was down here at somewhere like this. Okay, and at this point, it would not appear like a retest. Okay, but if we go up to the 12-month time frame, which is the very first time frame I look at when I'm plotting key levels, and I take the line just a little bit further up onto 2.05, what you notice is nothing changed. What I mean by nothing changed is, hold on. Let's start. Okay, all right. So what I mean by nothing changed is this is what I'm looking for, right? Price reacting to that area, and even at 2.05, which is the round number as we call it, price is still reacting very well. That's why I said it's not a literal line, but it's a whole area. So way back in 1979, 1980, all the way down to 2025, this is the key level. All right. So by just that little adjustment helped me understand, or helped me see that the whole time pound AUD was setting up. So it was that little adjustment that made it look like it wasn't a retest at first, but it was. And in fact, it has been testing since April of 2025. What it means is the first test of this key level happened 3 months ago, right? The first test of the key level happened 3 months ago. What it means is that I should have been long on pound AUD since April. Here's what I mean. So If I would take a trade, if I would take a buy, if it's an uptrend, I would need price to break past key level and then test. So the breakout happened in March, and as you can see on the money time frame, that week in April, that bullish week you see to the upside and to the downside, you can see that it came down to test. So if we come down to the daily time frame, that
so hello, Casey.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm sorry, please. A test, it like a retest with just a week. Is it a solid retest?
It's a week on the money time frame.
Can that be considered? Can that be considered as a solid retest with just a week?
It depends on the time frame you're looking at. But a week on the money time frame speaks so much volume. Why? Because it is not a week on the daily time frame. Here's what I mean. So if we come down to the month of May, this is not a week, right? This is a break and the retest. Right? A break and the retest. This is not a week, but it's on the money time frame. So what it means is, ideally, my first entry on pound AUD should have been here, right? After this break and retest. But now, because there was that little adjustment, right, it didn't appear like a break and retest. And that's why the whole time I have been waiting for the retest. I think for most of you who have been consistent, you will see me come down to pound AUD and say, okay, I need that retest. I need price to come down and test. You see, the whole time I'm not breaking any rules. I'm not trying to break any rules or principles that I use. But this adjustment helps me see that it was a retest. It has been a retest the whole time. And now it makes sense, right? Now you see that price has been finding support around the area this whole time. So that's why this is a support, and that's why right now price is testing as a support. And it occurred to me because I look at the level critically, and I'm like, why would price be coming very close to the key level of support but miss it consistently? Why would that happen? So I just went back to look at the key level properly, and I noticed that, oh, yes, it's the entire area, and in fact, it's a retest. So when I saw that, I knew that, okay, yeah, I kind of missed the buys way back in May. And this is what I meant by sometimes when you take a trade and it doesn't move for like a couple of months, it's not really so bad because now you have opportunities. I know Yusuf can already spot this as an opportunity, right? But maybe you didn't see back in May. It's been moving sideways since then. But now you have the opportunity to buy. Now you can see that you can buy it, right? So what I meant is, for those of us who are maybe trading prop accounts or maybe adding allocations from month to month or in a couple of months, you get to see that sometimes when you have a new account, a new portfolio to manage, some of those trades that have not moved in the last couple of months are the trades you usually start with, right? Those are the trades you usually start with because they've not moved. So they give you an opportunity to re-enter. The trades that have gone, like CFJPY, and most of these pairs that have gone, you can't really enter them again. But now you can't enter pound AUD. You can enter pound NZD. They're moving sideways, yes, but they will not always move sideways forever. Maybe they will stop out, or maybe, just maybe they will blaze through the roof and continue to the upside. So yes, that's the point. So that's why I'm long now. So this is the explanation as to my reasons for going long. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, fine, I missed it. So there's no harm in getting involved. So I took the longs. I think at the peak of the candle. Right now it says, wow, that little adjustment is a whole lot. But yes, this is where I got involved, and I plan to hold the trades until it either stops out or hits a profit. All right. So this is the new addition to my portfolio, which would now make it 17 open trades in my portfolio. But yes, pound 80. So I hope this makes sense. Okay. And let's move on. Pound NZD. Pound NZD. So same thing, very similar to pound AD. Took my longs. Price has been moving sideways. Yes, but it's not stopped out, right? So that's okay. And let's see if it continues to the upside, fine. If it stops out, it's only going to be a 1% loss. So I have no problem. 80 USD. I'm not sure what these guys are doing, to be honest. I'm not sure. AU price is back to this level. Maybe it will act as support again, or maybe it won't. I'm not sure. Let's see. EU is pulling back as expected. There's not much to discuss here, to be honest. Pound USD. So yes, pound USD has pulled back. So a little bit more to 1.33, and I just may be looking for opportunities to buy. Now, of course, that would depend on how price comes into the level, right? If price would just break through, and of course, I have no interest. But if we come down and it looks like price is trying to find support, then I just might be interested in looking at the long term. Let's see. NU. So it broke below the level. Like I said, I'm not sure what these guys are up to. Now for NU, if this price action is solid, then we may have we may have price pull back here and test as resistance. Now this will be very similar to that Wyckoff pattern I speak of, where price will test, break out, break back in and test, can happen here. So even though this is not the key level, the pattern can happen. It doesn't mean I'll sell it, but I'm just explaining that we can really see that pattern come up here and the USD. So let's see. ADCHF. But mind you, for the dollar pairs or weak dollar pairs, I'm not really interested. Buying, selling, I don't really have any interest in these guys. They're not ready to move. They're not. I mean, like, aside pound USD, AU, EU, NU, USD card, USD CHF. I don't really have any business with these guys. And even the Swiss franc pairs, card CHF, none of these guys. There's nothing for me. There's nothing for me, to be honest. So I don't know if you guys have any questions. If you do, please go ahead and ask. And if you don't, I will move over to indices, metals, and then
Casey, pound CHF, please.
Pound CHF. All right. Yes. So what are you looking at on pound CHF?
I'm looking at like a retest from this key level or something, like, probably this is a possible entry for going long here.
Yeah, maybe it is. If price comes down and finds support, then of course it might bounce up just like it did before. So it can happen. That is correct. But does it mean I'm looking out to buy? No, not exactly. I'm not interested in buys. This would be against the trend, so I will not be buying this.
Casey, sorry, I have a question.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, please, can you look at USD ZAR?
USD.
Yeah, so maybe if you can look at the six months time frame. So I have a level around 17.668.
17.6. 17.66.
Okay.
Okay, I think I know what you're looking at there. Hold
on. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, but all right, let's start from the 12-month time frame.
Okay.
There's nothing here. 6 months. So if I was to draw this,
okay,
I would focus on where the candle closed. Like this candle close on the 6 months is important. Now, if you look at the levels, most of them, you see that they meet where the candles close, right? So
yeah.
It happened here, it happened right here, It also happened right at the top. So where the candles close is very important. Okay, especially if it aligns with where price meets other times. So from a 6 months perspective, I will look at this. So if we now scale down to the 3 month, then a level around 17.66 would look like this. Go back
Okay.
to the 6. Close it. But now I want you to look at these two levels, right? And you see that price came down here and found support, right? So that same candle close is also showing up here. And this was support, sorry, it was resistance. This was also resistance. If we come down to the monthly time frame, you see that price is reacting, or price has reacted to this level more times than it has reacted to this level. Or I would say one other thing we look at when trying to draw key levels is what happened at the zone, right? How far the price move up from the zone. Was that the turning point? Key levels are areas where price will turn around from. They are areas where big things happen. So when price got to this level, what happened? Was there a big turnaround? If price would come down here, would
Okay.
not turn around, but come down here and turn around, then it would mean that this level might have more significance than this. And you can see that it has happened multiple times. This is where it happened. And that's why for drawing a resistance level, I will not just go and put it at the top. Even though it's a resistance level, yes, but it will not hold as much weight as this guy would. You get. So
Yeah.
that's what these are the consider before drawing key levels. So I would not say that price is not reacting to this, but I would say longer term, I would prefer to look for my opportunities right just below that, around 17.33, so, or 34, somewhere around that. That's where I would prefer
Okay. 17
to
point.
take my level. Sorry, hold on, guys. Yeah, so I hope that makes
Yeah.
sense. So again, please, we have to be careful when drawing key levels. It's always good to start on the higher time frames. The reason why I don't start on the lower time frames is that everything looks like a level to you. Okay,
Yeah.
everything. When you put a line and you're looking for price reacting to that line or area, you will see one or two things. Right, you see one or two times where price reacted. So to avoid that constant confusion, you want to now start on the higher time frames, because then you can now see clearly. You get. So
Okay. Yeah.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Please, any other questions?
Casey, good evening. I don't know if you can look at CAT CHF, please.
Let's see. Check. All right. Okay, so I think this is maybe this is like the continuation. Is George here? Okay, no, not here today. All right, but this is like the continuation of the discussion we had, and yeah, I think price is getting close to the level you're looking at on the weekly. So we'll see. Maybe this is where you intend to sell from. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yes, price is getting close to this level of resistance. That's what I can say.
Yeah, of course. Because I was looking at that price action and I was like, it's not a full retest. So, like, and this, like, market close for today. Sorry, tomorrow. So I'm looking at maybe if we should have some upside continuation for tomorrow. It might probably test maybe an entry for tomorrow or maybe next week. So that my eye is actually on CAD CHF.
Let's see, trend. All right. Yes, that can happen. Price might move just a little bit further. test and head to the downside. I personally think it's too low considering how I want to sell it. I think if you guys remember, I sold here, right? So way back in October, that's November, and closed around April. So from here to here. So actually, I don't really want to sell at the same point I closed out my short, unless it was a new key level, but it's not. So ideally, I would want to sell if it comes back up. Right? I just love the discount. But yes, this can short term we can see this continuation. Short term we can.
All right, no
Short term.
problem. Thank you.
Yeah. So yes, please more questions. Any other questions just before we move over to cryptos, metals, indices, commodities, all that stuff.
Hello, Casey.
Oh yes,
How you doing? Can you take a look at Euro AUD?
Okay. Do I have to scale down? What time frames are you looking at? Do I have to scale down to the 4 hour, the 1 hour?
The daily. Oh yeah, the daily's good.
Yeah.
Can you go to the 4 hour actually?
Sorry, what?
The 4 hour.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Can you go to the 4 hour?
Oh, okay. So, so are you looking at buys, sells, what?
Yeah, I was looking at buys. I was actually supposed to get into this, but I missed it. But I have that level 1.784, that level.
Okay, I can see it. Sorry, hold up. Okay, 1.78. I'm really looking for this rectangle, please. Sorry. Okay. 1.78. So here.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, so you wanted to buy on the breakout because I don't read
Yeah. I was waiting for the break of the daily, but I missed the trade, unfortunately. But I'm actually waiting for a retest of that level to go long again.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Hold on.
Although I do have my resistance level marked up on 79.6, 1.796.
1.796. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I see it. So something like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I see the same thing. Let's see how we're looking on the daily. Let's see how we're looking. Sorry, just
it's just there's a lot of wicks. That's the problem. That's why I really didn't get into it.
Yeah, true. The momentum is very weak. If I'm being honest. Let me see what this will look like. Yeah, I think just before the 4 hour test, I think we already had like a test on the daily, right? So I think this is more like a continuation from this test. So it is possible to have that. Yeah. So hold on. It's possible to have this 4-hour test. I think that's what you can wait for. But I think already this pullback was the test of a daily level, like a daily support level. So maybe we can have this that will aid the price action to continue. And if that is the case, then maybe this resistance level will not be enough to stop price from continue to the upside. We'll see. But yeah, this is good. Keep an eye on it.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Do you think? Wait. Do you think sells? Do you think like sells would be possible though? Like if it hits that resistance again?
No, sales? No, not yet. Anything like sales will just be reversal at this point. So, to be honest, no.
Okay.
To be
Thank you for
honest,
that.
yeah. All right, but yeah, keep an eye on this. Okay.
Yes, definitely will.
All right. So yeah, anybody else who thanks, Johnny. Anybody else who has a question just before we scoot over? Okay. All right, no questions. So let's move over to
Okay, so good evening.
indices. Okay. Okay, yeah, Captain. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing? Okay, can you please look at Aussie NZD, AUD NZD?
AUD and I hate that pair, to be honest. Let me
It's a
see.
complicated now.
Yeah, it's like I hate it, but it doesn't really trend, right? Just like Euro GBP, it doesn't trend, and I love pairs that trend. And this guy doesn't really do it for me. I think this is the last I left. This is what I left of ADNZD. What are you looking at, Joe? Like buys, sales?
It's a level, I think 1.09198. I think it broke that level. I'm thinking if it broke it and coming back to it, it had retested it already. So I don't think I want to ask if it's like a valid break and retest.
Okay,
At,
okay. Oh, that's what you're looking at. Hold up. Now, question is, what time frame are you trading on? What time frames do you use? That will help you understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, mostly the 4 hours and
Okay, the 4 hours and what?
daily.
Oh, the 4. So what's your entry time frame?
4 hours. The 4 hours.
Okay, so the 4 hour time frame is the entry time frame. So you would most likely be looking at the daily for direction, and the weekly. So the weekly is also going to be important to you if you use the 4 hour. And from a weekly time frame perspective, this is not bad. Okay, I don't have so much confidence in AD and ZD, but this is not bad. Now, it's not a trick, it's not a hack, but it's something I have found to be useful when conducting analysis. It is that when you are looking at a test, how the weekly time frame, or it depends on the time frame you're looking at, but like the much higher time frame from the time frame you're looking at is important. What I mean is, if you have a break and retest on the daily, but on the weekly, you don't see a break above the key level on 1 week, in 1 week, and then the retest in the other. Sometimes that ends up being a fake out. So even though it might appear as though it's a break and retest on the daily time frame, the weekly is not giving the exact buy you get, but on this case it is, right? Because you can tell it's a retest even though you can't fully see it. You just know that price kind of closed above the level and is testing. So on the daily time frame and on the 4 hour, it would be more pronounced. It would be more much more visible, but you get the point. So these are things to consider. It's of course not a guarantee that this will play out, but it's just like it's a break and retest here, but the weekly is also like saying the same thing. I'm trying to think of an example where one time frame is giving a break and retest, but the other time frame is saying otherwise. I don't think I can find one right now. I don't think I can. Hold on. I can't find one at the moment, but I think you get the point. I think you get what I'm trying to say. But yes, ADNZD. Yes, I think you guys get the point. ADNZD, I would not say it is bad. I just don't have so much confidence in the guy, to be honest. But yes, if I was not looking at, if I didn't know it was ADNZD and I was just giving my honest opinions, then yes, I would say we'll have a break and then it's a retest. At least from the 4 hour and the
Casey.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry, please. What do you think about Euro card too? Like, it seems like there's actually break and retest there too. And pound USD.
Euro card.
Yes.
So another sorry guys. Sorry, hold up. Let me see. Hold up, just 1 minute. Okay, so another pack I would say, or a tip you'd consider is, again, if you are looking at the time frame, right? So let's say here, this is where you are looking at the break and retest from, right? Abdul, this is where you're looking at it from.
Yeah, sure. So, but if I switch to higher time frame, like it will look like something else again, like probably a drawback in stand. So, but on the lower time frame, it looks like a break and retest.
Exactly.
So now looking at it like this, like it looks like a drawback, like maybe it's just a price drawback or something.
Exactly. So you see now that if I were you, I would consider down here or down here as a level where I would choose to buy. Now, is it possible for price to move up momentarily? It is, yes, but I have more confidence choosing to buy from this level. Why? Because it is.
You mean to this level, right?
Sorry, what? I didn't hear you. Come again.
So, like you were asking that, is it possible for the price to come back? Like I'm talking about this level that you just drew. I'm talking about the level.
Okay. I'm speaking. Yes, this is what I'm speaking of. Yes, and now look at how the level looks on the daily, right? You see, that's the thing. Now look at the first level you had, and that's why I said if you come onto the chart looking for an opportunity, looking for anything, you find it. See, that's why I said it's a trick. It's why you come to the market prepared. It's why you prepare analysis. You conduct it beforehand and take it. You don't come to it in a moment. You get. So that's why if you come and look for something, you find it. Right now, this looks like a break and retest. Can it bounce? It can. I'm not saying it can't. But will I be confident taking this? I won't. But now look at what happens when you make this adjustment. So we have, using this level, we have taken every part of the support in this case, because this week closed below this breakout, and this is like this cancels themselves, right? So this is also technically a week on the weekly time frame. This closed right below this level. So ideally, we can say that this was the resistance level before the breakout. This whole area down here. So if price is going to come back and find actual support, I would more than likely bet on this level than I would on this. You see, with this, I don't have neglected the entire support. So if I want to buy this as a break and weakness, I can say yes, I'll buy it. But I'm not saying it can't play out, because of course I don't know. But what I'm saying is, you see the difference.
But it's actually a time bomb. Let's say it's actually a time bomb, right?
Exactly. So the question is, so you see why we don't just play to one asset or one pair. The question is, every single time you see something like this, but the analysis does not align on the time frame higher, would you take it? Have you tested the works? So these are the questions I will always come to ask. But this is why my confidence would be much more better here, because I understand that when price comes down here and it is showing me bullish candles, I can be confident that yes, price is finding support, because indeed it is bouncing at a clear level of support. It is supported on the daily time frame. It is also a support on the weekly time frame. These two time frames are fine. Maybe it is on the monthly, I don't know. But the point is, you get the point. So on the monthly, it is not. But now here's the difference. Actually, it is. See. So, but then here's the thing. On the monthly, I will no longer be looking at buying here. Of course, I want to be buying from the key level. But now you're on the daily, on the weekly, you are much better choosing to buy from here than right at the top. Okay, so I hope that makes sense.
Okay, I'm sorry, please. I'm still having the same idea on pound USD too.
Pound USD. Yeah, pound USD. Okay, yes, that's true. Pound USD. Now here's why this is tricky, because with pound USD, you're looking at this guy, right? You're looking at this guy, and it's a support level. I'm not saying it's not. Okay, with pound USD, it's a support level. So price can bounce off from here. If you come down to the daily, it's a support. No questions asked. So we're not denying. We're not trying to question the validity of the level. But the question now is, this is the support. This is a support level, but just below it's the key level. So where will price bounce off? If you buy here and price comes down to the key level, you take a loss. But also you want to attempt to buy at the key level. And if price breaks with the key level, you take 2 losses trying to take longs. Personally, I would just prefer to wait for the key level. That's just me. That's how I trade. But of course, it's not wrong. It's not wrong to take a stab at this, because, of course, price can actually continue from here. So you see, this is not the same with EuroCard. Okay, with EuroCard, the how valid the level is questioned when you split up the weekly. You get, but with this, it's actually support level. The only difference is this support level is just too close to the key level. So personally, I would just prefer to wait for the key level. That's the difference. So I hope that I hope you got the point.
Yeah. Like, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry once again, please. Like, can you a quick check on pound card?
Okay, of course. Don't be sorry for asking questions. Okay. Pound card. Let's see. So what are you looking at on pound card? Abdul, this is pound card. What are you looking at? Buy, sells.
Oh, switch to daily time frame. Daily time frame.
Yeah, this is the daily.
So, okay, like, actually, I wanted to go long on this pound card. Like, I'm actually having my level at this exams, like this exact place or something. So I was thinking of taking my long since yesterday, but like the weekly time frame isn't giving me like much confidence to go long on it.
So you plan to go long? Why?
Yeah,
What's your
because
reason?
it looks like the price is unable to break through this new level, like this black line or so. You understand? So, but why you think through the weekly time frame, like not like I wasn't having much confidence on going long then. So that's why I just want to check. Like I want to check it out with you. So what do you think?
Well, the black line is what I would consider a demand zone, support or demand zone. Yes. Price has not even tested now. Like it's not really a test. I won't call it a test. But I expect that level to hold. I just expect it to hold because of the trend. If it doesn't hold, then price will have to come down and face this guy. But I expect this to hold. That's just me. I don't really consider it an entry time frame. But now here's the thing: it's different, right? Because this is kind of like a demand zone. Pound USD is a support level. These are different things. You're not looking at the exact same thing. You have to be careful because it can affect your performance in the long run. Okay. Um,
Okay, thank you.
so, but this is my take on pound card. I have contributions, but you just have to be careful with the trades you're looking for and this is the reason. All
Hello,
right, all
Casey.
right.
Can you hear me?
Let me. See. I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. I'm actually long on pound card from the point you you called the demand zone, because like on my chart it have like fully tested the level there, because what you have in there is actually a line. When you're looking at these things, we don't actually look at the line. We look at levels like a form of level, yeah, like kind of zone, and not just a single line. So I'm actually having a level there, which I think yesterday it tested it, and I waited for confirmation, which I saw, and I got involved. Yeah, actually, I got involved yesterday, and like today, it have actually pushed. So actually not a guarantee that pound card will play out, but at least I'm seeing progress. Like just as you said, expecting that zone to hold price as support, and I think we looked at this at our last weekly outlook. That should be last week Wednesday, because there was none on Monday, which some other persons are looking at the yellow bar you have up there. And I was actually looking at it, but I think I commented that last week Thursday that I'm not really confident there, that I would prefer price to come down to the black line. That's the demand zone, and yeah, it actually did. I took my buys from there. So far so good. Running up is pushing, so I'm just holding to see what it actually have to offer. So that's it.
All right, and that's also correct. What I mean is, even though I don't personally see it as a reason for entry, it's not exactly wrong. Another interesting thing to understand is that even though price failed to bounce here, it can easily do this. And that's the point we always have to understand. But the fact that price does not bounce at a key level one time doesn't mean it cannot happen the second time. It can. So if I was to get involved with pound card, I would even choose to wait for the breakout at the retest to go long. The reason being that I am not so comfortable taking buys under a resistance level. I just can't. What I mean is, unless the level is like far away, or unless it's not a key level to be dealt with, I'll prefer to allow price. I want to buy it as a support, not when price is just immediately going to go and test it. Okay, I can prefer to buy here and trade all the way to the key level, but buying here when I know that there's a barrier um, to be looked out for, something you have to check for, then I would just personally stay out. It's not wrong, and this can just continue to the upside. So preferably, if this breaks out and pulls back, then any other person who wants to hop in or hop on can do that. So
All right, no problem. Thank you.
yes. For indices, I still don't have much. They're all moving to the upside as planned, and all I can say is that I'm long. So just a recap. I'm long on CJPY 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 currency pairs. All right. So I'm long on the S&P, which is 8. I'm long on France 40, which is 9. France 40, which is 9. What else? Long on the Nasdaq, which is 10. So I don't really, I can't comment much on these guys. It's just all long, right? All long. Until something drastic happens or changes, I would hold on to take profit. So this is 9 or 10. I can't remember what I called last, but yes, and so 7 with currencies. So this is 8. This is 9. This is 10. Okay. Copper is 11. So copper is 11. So had a huge pump last week after the whole tariffs from Trump. Huge pump last week, hoping to get another pump so that we can close the guy out. Call it today. So copper is 11. Palladium is 12. Yeah, so palladium is well in profit as well. So another interesting thing is it moved sideways for so long, but it would not always move sideways. It would not continue to do so forever. It meant that if you bought here in April 2024 and you had multiple accounts, palladium would always be in your portfolio. And even though it didn't move, other pairs would have moved and given you what you needed. But now palladium is moving and it's giving us what we need. So that understanding helps you to view each trade differently. You know that you don't bank on every trade. You don't expect that you buy the asset today and it moves today. It may not move for 6 months. But don't worry, because other pairs will move. In that same time span, you have winners. Other pairs will continue in your favor. And when it's time for this asset to move, it's weak. Maybe that's the time for other pairs to store. So this understanding will help you as you manage your trade. But yes, this is palladium. This is number 12, right? Platinum, no trade here, but I don't want to speak on it. That guy is insane, right? To think that we closed here and he just popped up. No pullbacks. Well, let's see. If we don't hit the key level and we pull back, I would love to enter a second long to hit it because I closed this guy in June. We bought in April, right? I mean, interesting. So we've been holding palladium and it's not moved. But then platinum has already hit a profit and maybe presenting another opportunity. That's trading preview. So if we hit this key level, then I think that's the end of the story. But if we pull back just before that, I would love to get my longs in. I can't really speak in hindsight. To start saying that if only we held, nah, we don't do that here. Okay, we plan the trade and we trade the plan. So that's palladium. So we still have 12. So this is all I have for like currencies and like indices, and then metals. So the next 5 trades come from cryptos, and very interestingly, the guys are moving, right? So even though I had like very late entries, but I have noticed that they are actually pushing, which is very interesting. So this is Litecoin, which is on the move, in profit. XRP is up 9% today, crazy. Ooh, nasty. Yeah, Yusuf, I know. I mean, the guy's gone, right? So I don't think you have any opportunities to get involved. But yes, XRP is on the move. Now, Yusuf had like I think the best entry, although he has closed out. But his entry was down here. Let me see. Just at the close of this weekly candle. So we could say it was like this. I don't know, something like this. A much better entry, right? So it was like I don't know, I can't remember, but this is much better. But I had like a late entry. But either ways, we're pushing, right?
Yeah, that
Either
was
ways,
my entry. Unfortunately, I had to close out my problem account. I could not continue with the move. Yeah, because
Yeah, I don't think that's unfortunate, right? Is that unfortunate? Because yeah, that's true. Yusuf passed his phase two on Friday last week, right? That's
yes,
correct,
yes,
Yusuf.
yeah,
Good.
yes,
So yeah, I don't know how I forgot to. I didn't mention that, but Yusuf also Carlos passes phase two. I think I've already mentioned Carlos before now, but Yusuf passes phase two on Friday, last week, and how beautiful this is because I think Yusuf. I think we're here when we mentioned that Yusuf bought an account with FTM. That was way back in April, and less than 4 months later, he's funded. Of course, market conditions will not always be like this. It doesn't mean that you would pass your account in 2 months, in 3 months, maybe longer, maybe shorter. But this is beautiful. And Yusuf, did you have a losing
yeah.
trade in this time span?
No, no, not at all. Not at all. In fact, the surprising part, which is the best part that I like, is the fact that my loss overall is somewhere capped below 1%. So I don't have that psychological problem of, because there's always a trade balancing a loss. There's a profit balancing up a loss. And at the end of the day, once some trades get to move, the one in loss, even if it's still in loss, it will not be very significant, and you will just be seeing blues for most of the time. So I think that has really helped me to maintain that psychological balance. Well, it was fun because when I started, I had the mindset that, oh, for the next 6 months I should pass phase one and phase two, and luckily we had good market conditions. So yeah, and hopefully I'm assuming that we have 6 months left for the year. And now I'm looking at it like, okay, for the first 6 months of the year, I've tried to pass a challenge. So for the remaining 6 months of this year, I'll try to make money out of that challenge, and I will see what I can withdraw, maybe 10%, 15, 20, I don't know. But I'm looking at next 6 months, not just next month or next week. Yeah, thank you for all your training, and yeah, the sessions have been very helpful. Thank you.
Of course, you should. You're welcome. And yeah, thank you for putting in the work, right? And but yeah, this is beautiful. Yusuf has been here. We've seen him. He has been doing this. And not just Yusuf, many of us where we have more than 5, 6 persons here who have been funded in the past few months. In the past 2 months, actually. And this is beautiful. It shows that the education is having an effect. And that's why we continue to do this. But yes, Yusuf is funded now. And Yusuf, just like every other person who is funded, the first goal, the very familiar goal, is to not lose the account. I've said this before. The problem or the biggest thing here is not trying to make money on the account. You make money on the account. Okay, don't worry about that. The thing is, don't lose it. Okay, we have had very good market conditions, but we will not always have that. That's why I'm so proud to bask in these wins, because I know that we will not always have this. So, what is my point? You want to add to your portfolios. Treat these accounts as portfolios. Your goal is to add to them, not lose what you have. Okay? Some of us are funded for the 100K. You want to look to add that to 200K, 250, maybe 300. Slowly build it up. So you don't want to go and lose the 100K you now have. It is your base, it is your foundation at this point. So recklessly losing your account does not show proper risk management. I've said it before that for you to lose an account, it means that you have to draw down 10%. Your system has to draw down 10%. I've only taken 4 losses this year. My drawdown is less than 3%. So for me to lose an account of 10%, it means that market conditions have to be so bad, just so bad. So you see, I don't worry about making money. I just worry about not losing, and that's how this is so far. This is it. You see, I'm making money, but that's my problem. I just don't want to lose what I have unnecessarily. So if you treat your funded accounts like that, if you have the goal of not losing your account, then trust me, you will have your account by December. Maybe you don't have too many payouts, but you can be confident that you will have your account by December. It is much more to boast about than getting an account today, passing it tomorrow, getting a payout the next day, and then blowing it and then starting the whole phase all over again. That's nonsense. That's, in my opinion, gamifying problems. So you want to treat these as portfolios and not to play games with it. So yes, I think you guys get the point. Okay, you guys get the
Yeah,
point.
yeah, thank you.
Of course, of course. Yeah. So moving on, XRP is that's XRP. The next guy I have is Dodge. Dodge is also in profit just slightly. Oh, not slightly. Cool. So yeah, this is Dodge. So Litecoin, Ripple, Dodge. I also have Cardano, which is also in profit. It's very good. And Avalanche.
No,
5
please.
crypto. Yep.
I have a question. So,
Go ahead.
uh, are these like your first like time trading cryptos right now, or?
Nope, not the first time, but the first time in a while. I think the last crypto trade I had was Bitcoin last year. That was the last time I traded crypto. I think before that, the last time I did was like during the bull run, like 2020, 2021, then before the fall in 2022. So since then, I wasn't really a fan of trading cryptos. The last period I was on Bitcoin, and now I'm now trying to add them to the watch list now. 'Cause I didn't do that before, but I'm trying to do that now. And I'm already starting now with pairs that I can trade as CFDs. I'm not really trying to like run a crypto portfolio right now, like Binance or Bybit. I'm not really trying to do that just yet. So I'm just trying to focus on the what I can trade as CFDs, right? So I can just trade everything at once, and that's what I have right now. So I might look to add more. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how things
Yeah,
play out.
I was just asking because like I was just wondering what was your like thought process behind like getting into it now, like for Doge and XRP.
Yeah, I mean they're setting up. That's where I got involved. Although, like I said, I've been tracking them, even though I didn't add them to the watch list, but I've been tracking them. And for the most part, they didn't really present me an opportunity. If you look at all of the trades I got involved with now, they really just presented the opportunities a few weeks ago, right? I'm only late by like I don't know 2 weeks, right? So for example, this retest I should have bought in June. I bought in bought right now in July. So I have like a late entry. My reward is late too. So my reward should have been like somewhere like this. You get. So I'm just late by a few weeks. So it's not like I am just thinking of getting to cryptos now because the whole time there was no opportunity, right? On all of them, on all the guys I'm currently on right now. So XRP as well. March and now it came back now in June. So I bought in June when Yusuf did, but I didn't. So I'm late again. But that's the point. So they're just really giving us opportunities like right now. If that makes
All
sense.
right. Yeah, 'cause I was just wondering, like if like right now the time that you're like more inclined to trade them is because like it's being like is it like getting regulated more, like with
Not
in the U.S. and
not
stuff and like all around the world.
not necessarily, and for the most part, I'm not in the US, so it doesn't really affect me.
All right.
It's just it's just really about the opportunities that I was waiting for, and I'm just getting them now. So that's why that's why I'm getting involved. And I sound like a quitter that just when I'm getting involved, I'm moving. I don't know why, but I just got involved. I mean, if I waited for like an extra week, I would have missed them completely. So I don't know. I just had to just buy them. I realized I was too late, but I was like, I mean, either ways, let me just buy them. So I did, and I sent them out as well. So
Yeah, you got sniper entries, sniper entries on all of them.
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, so far so good. So well, I think let me see. I think the only trade in drawdown is interesting. The only trade in drawdown is pound AUD. Like the trade we just got involved with like today. And it's in drawdown because of that. You guys saw that little pullback on the daily time frame. So every other trade I can see is literally in profit, which is good. And new equity highs, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's too close to the last equity highs. I wouldn't really call it that. So I just wanted to give us like something extra, and I can call it like new equity highs. But yes, we're doing good. We're doing good. I think that's the most I can say. So these are all the everything I have for you guys today. All the open trades, 17 of them, and how we're expecting something huge if for any reason they all play out. So yes, we'll see. Okay, and just a heads up for um the things I mentioned in the past, things regarding to back testing. I think I've seen it before. Back testing our trades, tracking our trades, and actually, in most cases, connecting an actual account, a demo account, right? Just a demo account you will use to take all the trades you're tracking, so that your journal will reflect what the account has. And even if you have a prop firm, I would still want you to have that demo account. I don't want you to see that as more work. Let it serve as your one of your track records. And it's good because let me give you an example. Yusuf, right? In the past 2 months or 2-3 months, Yusuf has passed phase one of his two. So right now he has a funded account, but if there was a demo account, all of the trades would still be running. I mean, aside Platinum,
Yeah,
EU, and maybe US closed out,
yeah,
right?
that's
You get my
true.
point. Exactly, all of these will still be running, so you can still use that as to serve as your portfolio, right? So that's the
Yes.
point. So having a account is one thing, that's okay, but you still want to have that, okay? So that,
Yeah,
for example, what you have in your prop firm phase one or phase two do not equate to your performance this year yet,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you want the past 3 months, this is what I've done, and in the past 4 months, in the past 6 months, this is what I've done. So that the tracking you do should reflect
yes,
what account has. I don't know if you guys get
yeah.
the point. So this is it. So if you are tracking your trades, try to get an account, a demo account where you take all of those trades so that you can now compare the stats. Like I promise
Okay.
you, is one thing to take it on trading view and then record is another thing to take the trade, all the trades for a time span and see your result. It does something to you, I promise you. It does something to you. So
Yeah.
if you guys have not been doing it, please let us start. Okay, let's
Okay.
start that and you help us. All right.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you. So I'd like to ask a question. Actually, for my prop firm, my 100K FTMO, so normally I would have loved to trade this for like a year, but you know, all these different things happening with prop firms. So that was why I said, okay, for the first 6 months, the remaining of the 6 months left in this year, I will withdraw the profit. Then I can now track like from January to December next year, if that's possible. But I'm just too scared of these prop firms. You know, you don't want to make maybe 30K or 20K and you want to withdraw, something has happened to a prop firm. So I think this could be a good idea, having a separate account and using it to track. But I feel like, okay, even if I want to approach investors, it would have been better if I have a big account like this. I can show them the track records that is coming from an 100K account. So, do you
Good.
think I should really bother about the prop firm stuff, or is 6 months tracking good enough, or can I just I don't just have an answer, but I would have really loved to have that because right now I've connected my FTMO account to my FX book. I'm trying to track it, so I don't know if 6 month data is good enough to use get money from the big guys in the future. I don't know.
6 months may not really be enough. Now here's the thing: you want something that is consistent. What I mean is, if your performance for 6 months is good, they want to see if you had a good performance in the second half of 2025. They want to see that you're having a good performance in the first half of 2026 and then on, right? That's why I said have a different account. Just create something else and use that. For prop firms not paying out after a long time, the worry is always there, even for the very best FTMO. And you see, this is one of the reasons why getting back into props is a problem for me, amongst other reasons. Because, like I said, I plan to hit them hard. I'm planning to get into like somewhere between 3 and 5 million, and I wonder what will happen to them when I start, if I start. Because imagine having to hold your trades for 5-6 months, being up 30-40% over a span of I don't know 6-7-8 accounts of like 3 to 5 million. I wonder what happens to the industry at that time if they can pay out. So you see, I'm trying to find firms. Still trying to harness firms that might actually pay out because it might be a problem. I think it'll be a bigger problem, in fact. So, what I will say to you is 6 months is quite some time for a profit account. It's not wrong. You can do that, but it's quite some time. But there's something else you also have to understand is that you will always have running trades. That's one of the problems I know I have with prop firms. You will always have running trades. What it means is if you want to take a withdrawal, you must have to forego certain positions in your portfolio for that
I have to
withdrawal.
close out. I have to close out all trades if I have to make any request.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So you have to forego set or forsake certain positions in your portfolio you may not be able to get involved with. So, but then you will always have running trades. So you don't want to think of it of, okay, whenever I close all my trades, because I mean, with this system, you can never really close all your trades. You will always have new trades pop up, running trades every single time. So I feel like when you get to a certain point, maybe 10, 15%, and take your money, right? Just withdraw it, right? You will always have your running trades. So when you do that, you can just, I mean, build the portfolio all over again. All right.
Okay.
And that's why it's a portfolio. So you want to add more. So whenever you have more accounts, your goals will start to change. You might start adjusting things and just take it easy. All right. But I don't want you to do like that 1 year thing, not with this account. Right? Not
Okay.
with this account.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about that. I don't even know. It could be hard. It will be very hard. Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, hold on. All right. So yes. But I think you get my point. Okay. I think you get my point that the 1 year would be a bit too long, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you might have like 25, 30% running, and I don't know. That's quite a lot. I'm not saying they can't pay your cost, they can't FTM, we should be able to do that. But I'm just saying you want to replicate this on other firms, on other accounts
Yeah.
as you make progress. So um just take it easy. The first few months, if you see something decent, take it out. Bask in your win, right? So it's always good to do that. Bask in
Okay.
your win and we'll take it from there. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so yes, and just for the rest of us as well, please have an account. Okay, track your trades. It's a must. You have to do that, but also have an account. Make sure the account.
Casey, sorry, please. Like,
Yes, go ahead.
yeah, okay, like you mean to have a demo account like we used to be tracking our trades, right?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying that because it is one thing to have a journal to track your trades. It's another thing that you took the trades yourself, and your journal is reflecting very similarly what your journal. I'm sorry, what your account has, right? So if in the last 3 months you are up 6% in your journal, your account should be reflecting somewhere around 6%, 5 point something, just somewhere around that. And like I said, it does something to you. So as someone who's trying to make progress. I mean, taking your trades over a time span and seeing what happened in that time span. You look over your history, you took these trades, okay, this was that. It's different. It's different from just taking the trade on trading view and then recording the trade. Okay? So please take the trades. If it will take you 3 weeks to hold the trade, do that. It's different on an account than when you're just writing it out. Okay? So that's my point. It helps your progress. It helps your progress. So
Hello, Casey, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, I was checking on some accounts, instant accounts. So I think the 100K account, and their daily drawdown is three. I think is how many percent? I think it's 3% or so. I don't know. Let me check again. So the daily drawdown and the daily drawdown is 3%, and the maximum drawdown is 6%. So how do you manage that how do you manage that kind of account if you're to trade that account? Will you still put your will you still risk just 1% on every trade, or you reduce your risk maybe to like 0.5%? That's what I want to know.
Hmm. Question. If my max journal is 6% and my day journal is 3%, right? Um, I would most likely reduce my risk the ideal thing to do is to reduce my risk. The reason is that, you see, because it's 6%, that's like 12%. You see, when they cut it into two, basically, so you would ideally want to cut your risk into two, but that would take a while to pass your account. It will really take a while. So, you see, when you're trading challenges and verifications, you can actually increase your risk slightly. For example, if it's a 6% market drawdown, I might go with like 0.8%. I might even go with 1%, just because I know my system, right? Just because I know that it will be very difficult for me to have 6 losses in a row. Okay, the only thing I have to worry about is the 3% daily drawdown. Also, it matters when you are, if the firm is giving you equity-based daily drawdown or balanced-based daily drawdown. These two things are different, and they matter a whole lot as you trade. For example, if you have running trades, you're up. If you're up 7% running trades, and for some reason your account pulls back to 4% during that same day, in some firms that's a breach. You didn't lose the account, you're not down, you're up. But because your equity moved from 7% to 4% in that same day, on that same day, then it's a breach for some firms. If it's a 3% drawdown they're looking at, that's my point. So, Captain, since you're asking the question, these things matter. For me, I would look for firms that will give me a balance-based drawdown. If it's an equity-based drawdown, I would now have to, adjust myself because of what I'm dealing with. You get, but ideally, the best thing to do is to reduce your risk. But I may not do that because of my system, right? I might just go 1% risk. What I might do then is maybe when I'm funded, right? When I'm funded, I might just say, okay, let me use 0.7 or 0.75 or 0.5, as the case may be. I would not want to just do 1%. No, that would be too much. And I wouldn't really want to go for firms that give 6% drawdown as well. I mean, they are better firms, so I wouldn't really want to do that. I would prefer to go for firms that give 10%, because again, when I get an account, it's an addition to a portfolio. That's the idea. So why would I want to get an account that's a 6% max drawdown when I know that it doesn't help me in the long run? When I know that I might want to hold my trades, I might want to take I have 70 open positions. Can I do that on a 6% max drawdown? I can't. But if it's 10%, I can do that confidently. So why would I want to get an account of 6% drawdown? I wouldn't get. So this is matter. I think preferably just get 10%, 8 or 10% preferably. Right? But if it boils down to a time when you have 6%, then your system will determine what your risk would be. Okay. But I think for challenges and verifications, you can stick with the higher risk just because you want to pass an account. When you're funded, then you can now take it down since the account is now funded. I think that's like the best approach.
Is a funded account?
Oh, it's a funded account.
Yeah.
Well, then I think you would want to reduce your risk, right? You will want to reduce your risk because the losing streaks, the drawdowns, these things matter. So you preferably reduce your risk. I can speak differently, like I said, but preferably please reduce your risk. If you know that in a few weeks to a month or 2 months, you can see yourself losing 2, 3, 4 trades, then please reduce your risk. But if you can go month on end without taking a loss, then you may not really have to worry so much about it. You can confidently do 0.8, 0.9, maybe even 1%. But if you know in a week you can take 2 losses in that week, and the next week you can still take another loss, then please reduce your risk. Remember, the goal is to keep the account. That's the first thing. Exactly. So yeah, any other questions?
Thank you for this. Yeah, I want to say thank you to this idea you brought, tracking our trades, using our journal and the demo. And actually, it has really helped me a lot, actually, tracking my trades and using the demo account. Because
you have?
Beautiful. Yeah, I've been doing it. Yeah. Immediately you told us that day to use FPS. So I did it, and I think that was 2 months ago. So I've been tracking it since that day you told us till date. And I think I'm up 20% in the demo account.
Interesting. And it's helping you, right? Because now you actually take your trades, you prepare your trades, you take them. And okay, so here's what so you have an account. Good. So there's another step after this, but we'll come to that. So I think the others can follow suit. Every other person here who wants to do this, please do that, because after doing this for a few months, There'll be a review, of course, but also we want to link your account to like my FX book so that I can see your drawdown. Because for now, you can't really tell what your drawdown is until the account is linked. It's that link that will tell you more things about your system or how you trade. So I wanted to link your account, but I think you want to hold on. Maybe some other persons can get the account up and running first. But then also, I want you to make sure that what you have in your account is similar to what you have on the journals, right? So taking trades on the journals is what is reflecting in the account. You want these things to be similar. You don't want to trade on the journal that's not on the account, or 5 trades on the account that's not on the journal. So then it won't match. You get. So please, these two things have to balance. Hope that makes sense. So yes, any other questions, please? Any other questions? Just before we wrap up.
Yeah, good evening. Hello,
Yes,
good
good evening.
evening. Can you hear me?
Noah.
Okay.
I can hear you. Good evening.
I'm not asking any questions via prop firm, but I actually want to ask questions where these levels I'm seeing on your chart presently. Are they psychological levels? And if they are, how do you plot them? And also I want to ask, how do you manage patience with your weekly levels?
Are these psychological levels? No. Some of them are, but I don't plot the levels based on that, right? These are levels of support and resistance on the higher time frames. Higher time frames, I mean 12 months, 6 months, and 3 months, just like that. So that's how I plot them. And the levels that have come back in the past. For these are cryptos, for example, but with FX, stocks, indices, they go back as far as 1970s. So these are levels that have, you can see, they stood the test of time, and that's why I use them. But ideally, that's how I do it for the higher time frames. Also, your second question was about patience. Can you take that again? I didn't really hear you. Noah, second question, you said, how do I
How do you
measure?
manage patience for your weekly structure? Yes, like
Well, I would say to a great extent, it comes with experience. I think it's just something you have to learn how to do. If you want to trade on the higher time frames, I think at some point you just have to learn it. And I think for some of us here, I think some of us in this live session, maybe not everybody, some persons have gone out, of course. But the point is, not everybody here was able to hold trades for weeks. But I can bet you that most of the guys here can hold trades for at least a month or two. Some of them have been doing that. But then I remember that when we spoke about holding trades for that long, in their minds, they never felt that they can because they're not used to it. What is my point? My point is you can learn it. Okay, how do I do it? I learned how to do it. And if I can do it, then you can. So it's just something you have to learn. Like, take the trade, don't close it. I mean, it's your decision. Don't go to your MT5 and close the trade. Learn how to set target, learn how to work with them, learn how to take this on the higher time frames. You can't do it. There's not much I can say as to you can't. Also, keep in track with the team, right? So the live sessions we're taking here, if you come on here, for example, if I bought Pound Card on Monday and you bought Pound Card as well, but I didn't update that I closed mine, then I think that should give you the confidence to hold yours. Do you understand? So the whole interaction, the live sessions have helped because sometimes some of them I want to close their trades or come on the live sessions, speak about the trade. They see more reasons why they should hold, right? And that's just keep them going. Before they know it, they've held the trade for like 3 weeks, and like just like that. So keep up with the live sessions as well. If you have a trade if there's a trade you want to take or you have and you want to hold it, then coming on the live sessions and speaking about the trade can help you as well. So these are tips that can help you. You can hold trades. You can. I think Yusuf would have been a better example, but I can promise you, I would pick somebody out here and he'll tell you that he didn't think he could hold trades for months, but he is. And I will refer to CHFJPY because like I said before, um it is the oldest trade in my portfolio. I've been holding this trade since September of 2024. What it means is that by next month, August, I would have held the trade for 1 year, 12 months. Is it possible? It is, but because I'm doing it, right? And some others are doing it as well. Maybe not CTF right? But maybe other pairs. Okay, maybe Pound NZD. I know so many persons who have bought Pound NZD and who are still holding up until now. When did we buy? We bought sometime in March. This is July. So the worst part is that Pound NZD is still just above break even. It hasn't moved, but people have held it. So this is just to show you that you can too. So if you can keep up with the live sessions and try your best with this, then of course you can. This is how I do it, and I think you can do that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. So please, just keep coming to the live sessions, ask your questions, speak about your trades. I think it will help you a whole lot. Okay. I know you come on the live sessions, but I think this is the first time you're asking a question, so I think you want to do a whole lot more. It will really help. All right. It will really help.
All right. Thank you.
Of course, of course. So yeah, any other person who has a question? Any other person who has a question before we wrap up?
I still have much more questions to ask, but I think the time is already outspent, so I'll leave it to you the next
Yes.
live question possibly.
All right. So our next live session will be on Monday. So please write down all your questions and come on Monday and ask them.
Okay. Okay. So, but I can just tell you one in case I'm still having issues on market structure. Um, and the changes for market structure and the confluences with lower time frames and higher time frames. So possibly you could help me prepare for that, and then on Monday, while we join in, then you help do some clarity on that. Would that be okay?
That will be fine. But also, I will have to discuss more with you on Monday because I need to know how you trade, how you understand market structure, and what you know
Okay.
about it. This will help you understand how to explain to you. So maybe on Monday we can do that. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have a laptop that you can join with? Something you can use to share your screen?
Okay. No, I don't have a laptop. I just use my mobile phone.
Your mobile phone. All right. But no worries, no worries. Then. Whatever the case, if you come on Monday, I will discuss more about market structure with you, understand how you understand it first, and then I'll be able to explain to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So yes, any other questions? If not, then it means that we might have to draw the curtain here. And so yes, just no other questions, right? I mean, I'm putting lower, just making sure. All right. So yes, we'll draw the curtain here, and of course, it was a fantastic session. Like I always say, I look forward to these sessions because you all make it fun, important, and lively. So thank you guys for showing up. Um, like I said, the next session will be on Monday. So I will see you guys then. If I have any updates, of course, I'll let you guys know in the community. Any new trades, any updates, I'll send it out. But until I see you on Monday, you guys have a wonderful week and weekend. Yes, take care.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Yes, of course, of course. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
you're
much.
welcome. Yes, amen. You guys take care, right? Stop recording.